Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, John Mcafee calls XRP worthless, claims MoneyGram does not use it, which is a really weird thing to say because we know that MoneyGram does claim to use XRP, so I don't really know how you could say MoneyGram doesn't use it when they admit to using it. I'll show you guys what I mean by that. We also have a couple of other things. We have XRP has been in a macro downtrend for almost 1,000 days. So I wanted to go into this article. And then I also have Australia posts now lets customers buy Bitcoin at over 3,500 outlets. So they're laying down the infrastructure for more people to be able to buy Bitcoin, kind of like what's happening around the world with like Bitcoin ATMs and things like that. You know, now we know you can buy Bitcoin at 7-Elevens and CVS and Price Rights and PayPal stepping in and Venmo stepping in. It really seems like they're laying down the overall infrastructure. We have some other things we're going to go over today, but we'll go over those as we go over them. I woke up this morning with a gnarly kink in my neck. It hurts really bad. I usually don't get them, but man, this one today is like the worst. So with that said, I'll try my best. If you guys could like the video for me, like it because I have a kink in my neck, that would be awesome, all right? So the crypto baron and former Bitcoin preacher John Mcafee has taken to Twitter to share a new video where he is telling newbies in crypto how it works and why they may need it. He also stated that XRP is worthless and claimed that MoneyGram does not use it. In a short video, the former Bitcoin supporter, one of the biggest ones in the industry in the past, addresses those who do not know anything about crypto but who would like to dip their toes in this nascent sphere. Mcafee has emphasized that crypto can be used instead of fiat currencies. The main advantage, as he explained it, is that crypto is permissionless, unlike fiat money. Therefore, you do not need a bank's permission to send crypto as payment to any part of the globe. The second advantage over fiat, said Mcafee, is the crypto is trustless. Here, the crypto baron emphasized that you do not have to trust banks or any other centralized remittance company such as MoneyGram. It should be noted here that MoneyGram is a major partner of the blockchain giant Ripple and uses its XRP coin in several ODL corridors for faster and cheaper payments. However, many in the community believe Ripple and XRP to be heavily centralized, unlike Bitcoin. However, when a user reminded Mcafee that MoneyGram uses XRP, the crypto baron advised him to wake up. So basically here we have from AudioBox, he says MoneyGram uses XRP, and John Mcafee says no, it doesn't wake up. Then XRP_space says, what are your thoughts on XRP, John? And John just replies with worthless. In one of his earlier tweets, Mr. Mcafee mentioned that he does not invest in cryptocurrencies, but he uses them every day for regular purchases. So I just thought it was also funny that, you know, he's not even investing into cryptocurrencies anymore, at least he claims. But he's saying XRP is worthless. I don't know. It was just kind of funny. Anyways, we could easily just get rid of the nonsense here. I showed you guys yesterday this article that came out, and right here, if we look, the company says it's utilizing XRP to power 10% of its transaction volume between Mexico and the US, and that is the company being referenced as MoneyGram. MoneyGram comes out and admits that XRP is being used. So for him to say XRP is not being used, I mean, in 2 minutes, I remembered what I presented to you guys yesterday, and we could break down this FUD that quick. So again, guys, I don't really know what he's trying to get at. Maybe he's saying that MoneyGram doesn't use XRP for all of its transactions, but that's what we all already know, and neither MoneyGram nor XRP are claiming that anyways. So I'm not really sure. I used to take John Mcafee kind of serious just because of the company he built in the past, and I stopped taking him serious after that whole incident that happened, and I think it was around the beginning of 2020, where he said 2020, he made a prediction, and he said by 2020, Bitcoin will be $1 million, and if it's not, he said he will eat his own genitals. Sounds really weird. If you guys don't know, you probably think I sound like a freak right now, but yes, Mr. Mcafee said that if Bitcoin doesn't reach $1 million by 2020, he would eat his genitals. And basically what happened is we're in 2020, Bitcoin did not reach 1 million, and I think before 2020 hit, he basically came out and said, hey, I was playing, it was all a ruse. And, it was just a ruse to get more people interested in crypto. After that, I really can't take the guy serious because, I mean, just listen to what I told you. How could anybody really take him serious? Other than that, I think he's cool. I think he has some interesting viewpoints. I think he has an interesting take on things. But as far as investment advice, I'm not taking any investment advice from John here. If you guys could subscribe to the channel if you like daily cryptocurrency news, kind of like this here, go ahead and give me a subscribe. If you guys could also like the video, that would help me tremendously. It would help the YouTube algorithm push this content out to more people so we can get more people in the digital asset space and in the digital investor community. Also want to show you guys a tweet that Brad Garlinghouse put up today. So he says, Greer sums it up perfectly. The private sector is doing its part. It is incumbent on U.S. policymakers to do theirs. There's an entire industry ready to expand American innovation. We just need to know the rules. So that's interesting, guys. It's basically like they have everything ready. The U.S. just needs to come out and give them the rules that they can follow, give them the guidelines, and then they can actually start implementing some of this stuff, which is, you know, kind of what, if we read this here, the U.S. needs to slow China's roll towards global digital payments domination. And I think the U.S. is waking up to that. And I think, you know, the U.S., the Senate, you know, they're looking at creating a digital dollar, especially for the second round of stimulus checks. I think that just came out. I read that. It's not included in this video, but I was just reading that somewhere that they're really considering a digital dollar. So it looks like things are setting up. I think they're waking up to, hey, if China dominates global payments, we might all be getting a taste of communism in our mouths very quick. Before we get into XRP, has been a downtrend for almost 1,000 days. Let's just go over market sentiment a bit. So Bitcoin's at 9,100, Ethereum at 229, XRP is at 18 cents, Litecoin at 42, Cardano at 8. Looks like it might touch down to 7 cents today, high sevens. Chainlink at 459, Tezos at 245, and our V chain for today is at 0.0089. Our fear and greed index is sitting at 43, so we're still in some light fear. And with that said, let's hop into XRP's almost 1,000-day downtrend. So soon enough, the third largest altcoin will have been in a macro bear market for over 1,000 days. Despite medium-term rallies in the entire crypto market, the altcoin has been suffering worse than others. As of this article's writing, XRP is down by approximately 94% from its all-time high above $3. The asset's macro performance is so poor that the lead technical analyst at crypto research firm BlockFi recently said the following. He says 901 days of lower highs, 99 left to hit 1,000 sunrises and sunsets. It has been entirely left behind in the markets with each mini alt season. That's to say, XRP has been in a macro downtrend for nearly 1,000 days. Weiss Ratings agrees with the analyst's comment. The firm wrote on the matter earlier in June. They say, XRP appears to be in a bear market. It keeps making lower highs and lower lows, with the most recent low being as early as May of this year. Peter Brandt, a respected commodities trader and Bitcoin bull, has touched on this over recent months. In the wake of March's crash in global markets, the technical analyst said that XRP looks extremely bearish. Brandt attributed this sentiment to the fact that there is only white space below its price, meaning there is little historical support. So here's his actual tweet. He says, I am breaking a promise. I said I would never post a chart of XRP, but I thought you all might be interested in what it means to have white space below. And basically what he means is, if you see the chart here, XRP just kind of shot up. Here's some consolidation, some accumulation, and it shot up again. And now this is mainly just massive distribution. And the white space below is, you know, we're sitting here across from where we are right now. Here's our last, where we were accumulating, the last time we were accumulating our last support level, you could say. And after that, which is where we are, if we break down, nothing but really white space. We don't really have any other type of accumulation or support other than this little bit right here, and then dropping all the way back down. So that's what that means. There's no real price action in here. It's kind of from here, it's straight up. It's all white space here. So with that said, if we break this level, we could come all the way down and retest here. We could. It might happen. Who knows? Is it likely? I don't know. I'm not really sure. I mean, it would be nice if Peter Brandt gave some price targets, but he didn't give us any price targets. There was not a prediction attached to this tweet, but Brandt later said that he thinks a 90% drop in XRP's trading pair against Bitcoin may take place. In 45 years as a career market speculator, I've come to discern the real deals from the possible scams. I've only attempted to warn people that XRP is a manipulated market and a dead end. The cryptocurrency recently fell below crucial monthly support. Looking at it from an investor perspective, fundamentals are not an excuse to invest in an asset that has been downtrending for 851 days and lost key monthly support/resistance level. A trader explained in reference to the chart below, trying to rationalize how irrational investing in the asset currently is, at least in his eyes. So basically, these investors, people who are looking at TA, they don't really want to invest into XRP until it actually prints a higher high. Right now, all we're printing is higher lows. We're not breaking out of resistances. We're just continuing our downtrend. So they just don't see why we would be investing into it, or why they would put their money into it when there's other coins, right? You can look at Cardano, you could look at Chainlink, you could look at VeChain. They're actually making some higher highs. You could look at Ethereum. All these coins are, every time altcoins pump, they pump. Whereas the XRP kind of gets like a small pump, if not anything at all. But a lot of people, including myself, I invest into XRP because of the fundamentals, the use case, the liquidity, and because of everything I see going on in the world. It's just a weird feeling I have. So I buy some XRP despite, I totally agree. When we look at this chart, there's nothing bullish about this chart. The only reason I'm investing in XRP is because of fundamentals, and that is basically it. And as I read to you guys a couple minutes ago, they are not investing into XRP just because of fundamentals. But that's to be expected. They're technical analysts. They invest based off charts. I'm more so investing based off of where I think the future's going. I like to look at the charts as well, but I don't make my final decision just based off charts alone. Like if a chart looked really good, but I know fundamentally a coin is crap, I probably wouldn't invest into it. I posted this for you guys earlier. So I said, digital investors, as Bitcoin retraces and we head into uncertain market conditions, whether that's to the upside or the downside, remember why you're here. Remember why you're invested. Remember you have a direct hedge against this uncontrollable spending. This is why we own Bitcoin. And I put a picture of the US debt clock. Look at that US debt clock. It keeps rising every single day. And as far as I know, Bitcoin is the closest thing to a hedge against this. So guys, just remember why you're here. The market might tank, the market might go up. We don't really know what's going to happen, but especially if the market goes down, people look to panic sell, people get very emotional. Just remember the real reasons why you invested. Remember why you're here, and a pullback in Bitcoin is most likely temporary. Let's jump into our last article of news. And if you guys are enjoying the video, please give it a like. So in a collaborative effort between Australia Post and Bitcoin.com.au, customers will now be able to use the Post Bill Pay feature to purchase Bitcoin and other cryptos at over 3,500 post office shops across the country. The Postal Service will accept cash and card payments for digital currency purchases made via Bitcoin.com, a cryptocurrency exchange based in Cremorne, Victoria. This is a major milestone for digital currency in Australia and around the world. It proves that there are established businesses and organizations that want to learn about new technologies by doing and not by blocking. That's from the exchange's CEO, Holger Arians. So he also says, Post Bill Pay has been one of Australia's most trusted bill payment methods for over 20 years, and we're pleased to now provide the ability for Bitcoin bills to be paid at a post office, which will come with a product enhancement that offers ID verification and real-time bill payment confirmation back to the biller. Australian Taxation Office, according to them, between 500,000 and a million residents of the country already own crypto assets. Bitcoin.com.au said it hopes to increase that number via its new collaboration. They say our mission is to make Bitcoin safe and easy for every Australian. Arians added, for many people, paying for Bitcoin at an Australian post office feels safer than transferring funds online, particularly for first-time buyers. Now, for us in the space right now, we've been buying Bitcoin, the way we buy our altcoins and stuff, we jump through hoops to get them, right? If we need to get an altcoin, but let's say you live in New York, we're jumping through hoops. And so basically, if we want to get to that next level adoption, we need simpler systems because most people aren't going to jump through hoops. It just is what it is. Now, I think people are crazy for not jumping through the hoops so they could own a piece of this at a low price. But most people are like, you know what? I'd rather own Bitcoin when it's up higher and I'll just pay when I can easily get it. Except they don't make the connection that when they can easily get it is when the price is going to be higher. The reason prices are cheaper now is because most of the user interfaces aren't too friendly. Most of the things are hard to figure out, and these barriers to entry are what keeps prices low. But as we remove these barriers to entry, especially for people right now who don't even own Bitcoin, who may have looked at Bitcoin before and said, no, this is way too complicated. When you remove those barriers of entry and you make the process simple, more people get into the market, causing the price to increase. I think one of the best examples is if you look at Coinbase. Coinbase's user interface is extremely friendly. I think that's why so many people use it. I think that's why they've had a wild success, is because they took the confusion out of it. You can easily navigate Coinbase. A toddler can navigate Coinbase. But if we look at, other exchanges, it's a little harder. You have your keys, you have different things, and then if you're in New York where there's bans on exchanges, it gets even harder. So barrier to entry gets very high. With that said, and I hope that makes sense, guys. With that said, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll produce a video like this daily, keeping you guys up to date on Bitcoin, altcoins, XRP, Ethereum, everything you need to know, what's happening in the crypto space. And I try to give it to you guys through a lens of logic and clarity, and not getting emotional about anything, not panic selling, and also not panic buying. If you guys could like the video, that would help me out a ton in getting this out to more people, and I will see you all on tomorrow's video. Have a great day, guys.